We'd like to welcome the Padres of Serra and head coach Patrick Walsh.
We're live.
A senior, 6'4", 190 pounds. A 6'2" senior, 190 pounds, wide receiver, number 18, he's a senior at 5'11", 170 pounds, wide receiver, number 11, Junipero.
Internet.
A 6'4" senior at 295 pounds, he's a tackle, number 57, Serra. A 6'2" junior, 240 pounds, at guard, number 59, a 6'3" senior at 349 pounds, at center, number 71,
One of these spots open? Excellent.
junior, 250 pounds, at guard, number 58.
Oh no, you're fine. You're fine. You're good.
A 6'6" junior, 355 pounds, at tackle, number 76,
I just think the antenna is busted.
a 6'2" senior at 230 pounds at tight end, number 85, Junior.
Yep, we're good to go next time. Get ready for game. Yeah, get ready for like game time. Alright, let's go.
Wait, can we get live as soon as it hits the 3 minutes?
Direction attention to the big game of 9, where St. Francis Chaplain, Father Tony Mancuso, will lead us in prayer. We'd like to ask you once again, please rise if you are able to remove your caps.
We did too. You guys are great.
Let us place ourselves in the holy presence of God. In the name of the Father, and of the Son, and of the Holy Spirit. Please, as these athletes gather to given them, may they praise and honor you by using those gifts to the best of their abilities. Bless all who are gathered here this evening. Protect all these athletes from harm and injury. And may they enjoy this competition and give praise to you by their performance. We pray this through Christ our Lord. Amen. Saint Junipero, Serra, pray for us. Assisi, pray for us. Let the game begin.
Spicy.
Let the games begin.
Hello and welcome to Lancer Live Entertainment Network. We are your commentators for tonight. My name is Roland Gohel, and I'm alongside
Brady Lang.
We welcome you on this electric Friday evening as the St. Francis Lancers from Mountain View take on the Serra Padres from San Mateo, California. The Lancers enter this game with a 4-1 record, coming up with solid wins over McClymonds High School, Helix High School, and also going 2-0 in WCAL so far, with big wins over Bellarmine and Mitty. Serra's season so far has been incredibly tough as they've played state champions St. John Bosco and other powerhouse schools like De La Salle and St. Ignatius. They enter this game with a 2-3 record, having great wins versus Folsom and just last week an important win versus Sacred Heart Cathedral. Brady, how have the Lancers prepared for this game?
All right, let's break down this pregame routine. This Lancers pregame routine is a very collective and compatible experience. The second that school's out, 2:30, everyone gets together and goes over to one of the players' houses. They talk about pregame here and get mentally ready for an intense game like the Serra rivalry. Then they return and watch JV and see what the environment is like. They make sure that they are getting in that pregame meal. Let me tell you, you will never see this Lancer squad separate from each other. They're like a family. Then, as you would expect, they go over to a separate field where they have space to toss the ball around, run some plays, practice punts, make sure they're not dropping the ball at all. Around game time, they come out to the field, take some field goals. Finally, they go into the locker room for a pregame prayer and speech. And all this team is a lot about mentality, and I would say that they have that down. Let's see how they can carry this intense mentality in an important game like this.
Currently, they're doing the coin toss. Serra team captains are Nathan McAfee, Jack Armstrong, Tolu Otudeko Carroll, and number 69, Jonah Alapati. St. Francis last week played Mitty in a thrilling matchup as they were able to edge out the Mitty Monarchs 30-27. Their standout player that game was Kingston Kaonaina. He dominated the game with an impressive 313 rushing yards, averaging 10.4 yards per carry and scoring 2 key touchdowns. His most electrifying moment came on a 75-yard run that helped solidify the win. And as a team, St. Francis racked up a season high of 347 rushing yards.
All right, last game, the Lancers had 5 personal fouls. Let's see if they're going to control their anger today and make sure. I mean, it's going to be a feisty matchup. I'm interested to see if they'll control those today.
The coin toss is over, and we are ready to start off this incredibly important game for both the Serra Padres and the St. Francis Lancers.
And there's genuinely so much talent from both teams. I'm genuinely so excited to watch this game.
The Serra Padres are a much younger team compared to last year. They're not as experienced as they were last year, but they're a group of a lot of young guys who are with really good coaches, and they've been really well coached. You can see throughout the year, throughout games, as we've seen last week versus Cathedral versus SI. It's going to be exciting to see how they'll do here against a team that's on fire, the St. Francis Lancers, going 4-1 into this game.
Also, let's not forget, Tom Brady went to Serra High School, so the expectations are incredibly high. They're going to need to win this one.
Andrew Macris to kick us off here at 7:04 p.m. in Mountain View, California. Chris Yoon is back there to return. And we are underway here. And it will roll out to the back of the end zone for a touchback.
Probably a good decision to let that bounce in the end zone for the Serra Padres. I don't think they would have gotten very far if they were to pick that up.
Here we go. The Serra offense goes onto the field for the first time. Andrew Hennigan is their quarterback. He's a young quarterback who's played with some great Serra players and obviously practiced with a lot of great players. And he's obviously in practice. He has to go against a really tough defense as well. So with this great coaching staff, I'm pretty sure he has a lot to offer this season.
All right, let's talk about last week against Midi. Last week against Midi, the Lancers had a very close call and won by 3. Coach Calcagno was not very upset by this because the Lancers overcame adversity. St. Francis had 2 touchdowns called back before the half and still made a good field goal. Let's see if they carry that out today.
Here we go, first play of the game. Quick pass out there. Number 85 on the catch there.
Nearly a fumble.
Clay Hinsdale. Last year, this game started off electric. Serra Padres opened the scoring on the first play of the game with a trick play. And then right after that, the second play of the game, the Lancers with Kingston Carolina's run was able to get all the way down to the 5-yard line. So we know these teams are capable of having electric starts. Let's see if anything will happen here today.
After talking to Coach Calcagno, I would say he's expecting a nice and controlled start. Nothing crazy.
Quick pass out again. It's dropped there. Clay Hinsdale with the drop there.
Those are the catches they need to make. They're definitely going to feel that later.
Clay Hinsdale is the tight end that was targeted for the first 2 plays. He's a senior, 205 pounds, 6'2", a big guy. Here we go, 3rd and 6 here. Can the Lancers start off the game with a 3 and out?
Big 3rd down here. Start off the drive.
Here we go, Latu lined up right behind Hennigan. Quick pass out there. It's caught there. Good tackle there. Great tackle there made by number 20, Quentin Robinson.
Down. They stopped him.
And that will be 4th down, and the Serra Padres will punt. That's a great tackle there by Quentin Robinson. Getting out there quick, not letting any yards past them. Keana back there to return this punt.
I'm going to tell you something. Be careful of Kingston Keana on returns. 2 weeks ago against Bell, he had 2 punt returns for touchdowns. Let's see if he'll do that today. I'm really hoping he will.
Here you go, the punt is up. Kingston's just going to let this go out of bounds. And the Lancers will start at the 40-yard line.
All right. See how this St. Francis offense will do today. They've been looking good, so I think they'll keep the consistency up.
Aaron Knapp, the Lancers quarterback. In November of his freshman year, he was diagnosed with lymphoma, and he had nothing but determination to get back out onto the field. He said he wasn't too worried about it because he had friends and family praying for him. He then spent 9 weeks under chemotherapy, which is incredibly hard to get through. And then in the end, he fought through it. And on April 19th, he was cancer-free. He was ready to get back out on the field. And last season, he threw for over 1,300 yards. And let's see what he can do in his final season here for the St. Francis Lancers. So far this season, he's thrown for 403 yards. Doesn't throw the ball much. He's only thrown it 60 times. Here we go. They hand it off to Kingston Carolina. Good run there. Gets the first down, 11-yard run there.
And I tell you, it is so incredibly hard to take him down.
Kingston
He's going to go for at least 100 yards today.
Kingston Carolina is, without a doubt, the Lancers' best player so far this season.
All right, and this is exactly, if I was Coach Calcagno, I would be completely proud right now. He said he wants to start this game off strong, and he wants to get some points on the board. I have a feeling that they're going to score on this drive.
Carolina is really good at just identifying where that hole is and just exploding into that. And his burst of speed is really important for this Lancers offense. Here we go. Knapp motions. And they'll give it to Carolina. He's trying to get the outside, trying to get around him. He does! And he'll get out of bounds. Another first down there.
I mean,
moving the chains.
I mean, if the run's working, might as well keep doing it. Run the ball.
Carolina has 906 rushing yards this season, which is incredible. This is almost like Ashton Genty stats right there.
Definitely. If I'm the Lancers offensive coordinator, I am definitely going to continue running this ball, especially since on those first 2 plays, we've seen that the Serra run defense is really weak.
They've given the ball to him 105 times this season, which is
That's actually ridiculous.
it's ridiculous. Whistle's blown. Let's see what they will call.
And again, even if they get stopped on first down, they have a reliable wide receivers. Throw it to Perry on. Easy first down right there. Looks like it was a false start. 1st and 15.
5-yard penalty. 1st and 15 at the 38.
You guys might need to turn it off now.
Let's see what Knapp will do here on 1st and 15. 2 wide receivers lined up to the right side. They'll give it to Keonaina again. Trying to get the outside.
And again, what a surprise.
Run for around 7 or 6 yards there. 2nd and 5.
Gain of 10. 2nd and 5 at the 28.
I mean, it'd be a good idea to run this, but also if I was the Lancers, I'll do a quick toss out right now.
It's important that the Lancers don't just keep running the ball. They need to obviously have a little bit of variety because this Serra team is very well coached. They give it again to Keonaina. Another hole he finds, and he'll get the first down again, moving the chains as the Lancers will enter the red zone.
Again, Coach Calcano has said he wants to control the clock in this game, and they are completely doing that so far. They have not thrown the ball yet, and I have a feeling that they're just going to run into the end zone.
The Lancers did incredible last week against Midi of controlling the game. They held the ball for the last 5 minutes and 30 seconds, which literally did not give Midi a chance to come back and upset the Lancers, which would be incredibly devastating for their season. Here we go. Knapp's lined up in the shotgun. Gives it to Keonaina again. Again gets the outside. Still going. Is he in? Tackled out of bounds inside the 10. He's so explosive in getting to the outside.
Definitely. I am actually quite surprised. I would have thought that the only thing that the Serra Padres worked on all week at practice is stopping the run defense, and they have not been able to do that so far.
Keonaina averages 8.8 yards per carry, which is really, really, really impressive.
And it seems to keep going up. See if they run into the end zone here.
Here we go. Knapp. Hand it off to Keonaina. Again getting outside. Keonaina's in for the touchdown.
Touchdown, St. Francis Lancers.
That's his 9th touchdown of the season. And that is not something that we did not expect.
Definitely. If I am Coach Calcano, I am perfectly happy with the current state of the Lancers right now. This team looks fantastic, and I have a feeling that they're going to go really far.
Here we go. The Lancers line up in their interesting
PAT.
formation. They did this against Bellarmine, where they went for 2. Keonaina actually threw the ball on that play. Let's see what they'll do here. They give it to Keonaina, who will try to run in and is stopped short, and the 2-point conversion is not good.
Me personally, I would have just taken the points there. I have a feeling that that's going to bite you back later.
The Lancers have tried a 2-point conversion in back-to-back games. They tried it against Bellarmine, they tried it against Midi, and now they've just tried it here, and all 3 times they have not been successful.
I want to know what was the reasoning behind that play call. 2-point conversion in the first half. I would just take those points there.
The one versus Bellarmine, Keonaina tried to run out to the outside and sort of lofted over, but he completely overshot his man.
I'm also confused by where the blockers were there. They seem to be on the left. I don't know.
Maybe trying to confuse the
Yeah.
Padres. Well, the Lancers will start their first opening drive with only runs and a touchdown. Keonaina just smoothly moving that ball through the Serra Padres defensive line, entering the secondary in almost every run.
Again, Coach Calcano said quote, "We cannot give a team like Serra multiple attempts to get things going," and we did that with Midi. St. Francis cannot afford to let up a big lead in the first half, especially to a team like Serra. They will take advantage of that and carry it into the final.
Carolina had 313 rushing yards last game versus Midi, and it was the fourth 300-yard or more rushing game for the Lancers, and 2 of those 300-yard rushing yard games have been from Carolina. Here we go, Andrew Mackers to kick us off here. And this will go out for a touchback. So the Serra Padres' first drive ended up in a 3-and-out. Now it's important that they get some momentum early before this game gets out of hand.
This is a very important drive. They can control this and then come back out and score more points. That would be perfect for the St. Francis Lancers.
Serra's last game versus Cathedral ended up in a commanding 29-12 win versus the Fighting Irish. That was an important win there. They did struggle a lot with turnovers, but let's see what they'll do here.
This defense has been quite good all year. Excited to see more action from it. Great tackle by Jackson Cahoon on the play.
Jackson Cahoon has 42 tackles on the season, averages 8.4 tackles a game, and has 3 tackles for loss so far this season. Gain of around 5 there. It'll be 2nd and 5.
I would like to see a quick toss to the left, maybe.
Here we go. Andrew Hennigan hand this ball off to Nanalatu. That will be just shy of the first down, maybe about a yard short.
And this is the difference between the Serra Padres offense and the St. Francis Lancers offense. The St. Francis Lancers offense is just such a stronger running core. They can do so much better.
Run is good for a first down. First down is 1st and 10 at the 30-yard line.
If I'm the Serra Padres coach right now, I am completely copying their game plan.
Here we go. They run a good run there. Nanalatu.
Tackled by Jackson Cahoon on the play again.
Nanalatu is Serra's starting running back, and obviously he's very explosive and very shifty like you've seen in that play right there. They also use him a lot in the passing game, and they even use him a lot in wildcat formations as well.
I think Jackson Cahoon has some great potential. He's a great linebacker, and make sure he gets those tackles. That would have been a touchdown if it wasn't for him.
Here we go. Let's see what Serra will do off of that big run there by Nanalatu. An interesting play. They try to fake it to them and then toss that the last second. Nanalatu gets around 2 yards.
Flag on the field.
I don't think one of the Serra players was set. This will go against Serra. It will be an illegal shift.
Rage cage is pumped whenever the Serra Padres get fouled. Gotta love the chant, "You can't do that." They really can't afford to give up those flags.
Nanalatu had a dominant opening drive versus Sacred Heart Cathedral last week. He hopes to do similar work tonight. So far this drive, he's shown what problems he can cause for the Lancers. And it's going to be interesting to see how the Lancers will respond to that. Here we go. And it looks like this one of the Serra Padres players jumped. It'll be another flag on the Padres.
False start against
And those flags matter by the end of the game.
Back him up another 5 yards.
Those will be crucial. Definitely take a toll on the Serra Padres offense. 1st and 20. It's going to be hard to overcome. If I were the Serra Padres offense, I would run a corner. That's a number 4.
Here we go. They hand it off to Nanolatu, trying to get the outside. Short gain. It's obvious that the Lancers going into this game are looking to improve on being cleaner and not having as many personal fouls. It's important for them to not give up any free yards away for the Serra for no reason, as it all matters here. Serra so far has struggled with penalties, back-to-back plays, 1 illegal shift, 1 personal foul, 1 offside. Here you go, Hennigan.
2nd down, 2nd and 16. It's looking good for the Lancers defense.
Empty backfield here. Quick throw out. Looks like it's going to be a screen play. Almost intercepted. Great read there. Unbelievable play by the Lancers defense.
And as a scout, that's the kind of stuff you want to see. That could definitely get him some offers. It's a great play right there.
Quentin Robinson with the deflection. Almost an interception. If he caught that, he's taking that to the house. Quentin Robinson's been big on the defensive end this season. He's had an interception. He averages around 3 tackles a game and 15 tackles. He's had 15 tackles this season.
All right. 3rd and 16 for the Serra Padres offense.
Here we go. Hennigan lined up in shotgun. They'll snap it. Looking for a deep pass there. It's caught. And out of bounds. 1st down for the Padres. Caught there by number 85, Clay Hinsdale. His 3rd target of the night.
Their tight end is automatic. Doesn't seem to drop any balls. He's only dropped 1 today. And I have a feeling they're going to use him a lot more today.
That's a good throw there. And now the Padres will enter Lancer territory.
First and 10 for the Serra Padres.
They'll hand it off to Latu. Won't get much there, maybe about a yard.
Again, St. Francis, be careful with those personal fouls. That was nearly one. Could let them go there at the end.
It's important that the Padres obviously don't turn over the ball as much this game. Something that the Padres did struggle with last game was they had 3 turnovers in the first half, 2 fumbles and an interception, and then in the second half they had another turnover. And for Serra to be able to beat a punishing team like the Lancers, it's important that they need to improve on these turnovers.
2nd and 9 for the Serra Padres.
They hand it off. Good run there. Nano Latu with the 1st down, moving the chains.
Their running back seems to be doing great. Not a lot to. Power horse right there. Again, taken down by Jackson Cahoon. He is great at stopping the run. Fantastic linebacker.
1st and 10 at the 28.
Jackson Cahoon has been really big, sort of on making tackles in that secondary and also pressuring the quarterback a lot. He has 3 hurries so far this season.
Let's watch Jackson on this play. Quite smart. Interesting to watch him.
Lancers show blitz here. Quick throw out. Incomplete. Lots of pressure there on the blitz by the Lancers.
And they nearly got to the quarterback there. It was barely any blockers for the Serra Padres. That was awful from the Serra Padres O-line. They need to give their quarterback way more time.
Chase Cahoon on the pressure there. He's back and healthy.
Great to see him back. Love that guy. And I saw him walking around campus. He wanted to get back out there. Love the spirit within that kid. He's great.
We got 2nd and 10 here.
He's got a lot of potential.
On the Lancers' 28-yard line. So far, Serra have also given the ball a lot to Nanalatu and have been efficient so far in the passing game. They give it to Latu again. And he does break a few tackles.
Again, both of these offenses are going to be a run-heavy offense in this game. This clock is going to move fast. Both coaches are trying to control the clock, and it's just going to cause it to grind.
3rd and short. Looks like Latu just got pulled out to the sideline. Looks like a
That was 5th,
coach ran onto the field and yelled at him to get back onto the sideline.
Personal foul against the Lancers.
Again, with the personal fouls, the Lancers need to stop with that. It's not like them.
We spoke to Coach Calcagno yesterday, and he said that personal fouls are something that they definitely needed to improve on. Can't afford to give Serra free yards, as now will be 1st and goal here at the 10.
They really need to control those. If I'm Coach Calcagno, I would not be happy right now. They give up 5, and I bet they've been trying to work on that all week. I also think that the refs are a little sensitive in high school football. Some of the players just want to play with some fight. Interesting play there.
Here they go. They both spin. It's a direct snap.
QB
there.
draw. Gets it around to the 3.
Teddy Chung on that run. Teddy Chung is the Harvard commit. 3-star Harvard commit there. Plays on both ends of the field. He's an extremely big hitter safety. And they've used him a lot on outside zone run plays, including an 80-yard touchdown last game and another big 60-yard run.
Let's see if they finish this drive right here. I'm feeling it's going to go Nanalatu.
Flag there. It's going to be offsides on the Padres.
Would have been a touchdown for the Serra Padres, but it's going to get called back.
Direct snap there to Nanalatu. Another play back-to-back where they just directly snap it to him. It's really interesting to see how these Serra Padres plays are just so unique, and a lot more variety we've seen with them compared to like the Lancers, who often just run the ball.
If I'm the St. Francis defense, I'm taking hold of this false start. I'm taking advantage. Getting the zone defense. Make sure you got that covered in the end zone.
The false start is against the Lancers.
Oh, my fault. I totally thought it was against the Padres.
Here we go. The Padres at the 2-yard line. Low snap. Straight to Nanalatu, who's in for the touchdown. And the Padres respond.
That could have been a personal foul there on the Serra Padres. They threw number 4, Jackson Cahoon, down. Seemed to be a bit upset.
That's a pretty convincing drive there by the Padres.
Hey, that was perfect from the Padres. That's exactly what they needed to come out and do. Equalize, and now I think they're going to take the lead. That's if they go for 2. I would not personally go for 2 if I were the Serra Padres.
Interesting formation they had there. It looks like they're going to change it up.
Good decision from the Serra Padres.
Here we go. The kicker, Saul Marks.
See if he's automatic.
Saul Marks, the junior. Kick is up, and it's good. 7-6 here with 2 minutes to go in the first quarter. We have ourselves a game.
That was a perfect drive from the Serra Padres. Exactly what they needed to do. There is still 2 minutes on the clock for the first quarter, but great job controlling the clock there from the Serra Padres. Ran it a lot. And I tell you, the Serra Padres, I see it right in front of me. The second they get off the field, they go back and start watching film, see what they can change and what they can do differently. I thought that drive was perfect, though. Again, this is why this game is such a good matchup. Both of these teams play with so much fight, and they both really want this win. They need it too.
Here we go. Perryon Williams and Kingston Carolina both back to return for the Lancers.
Man, that is a lethal two. Returning the punts or kickoffs for the Lancers. I could see a return here.
Sal Marks to kick off for the Padres.
He looked automatic on the last kickoff. See if there'll be another touchback.
This will be caught by Carolina. Let's see what they'll do.
Got blockers.
Go on the outside. And you'll get to the 40-yard line. Good field position to start for the Lancers.
I'm curious to see if BYU will have Kingston Carolina on the kick returns. He seems to do great at those. I mean, if he has blockers, he can go all the way. Again, I think they should just continue to run Kingston Carolina.
The BYU commit, Kingston Carolina, is averaging 8.8 yards per carry so far this season. He's had 1,261 all-purpose yards this season. And he's close to breaking career records today.
This is a very good coaching matchup between the Serra Padres and the St. Francis Lancers. Both of these coaches are very skilled.
Give it to Carolina. Gain of around 2 or 3. It's really cool how we can hear the Serra Padres yell run after every single play that the Lancers have, calling it out, helping out the defense a little bit. And it's loud. It's reverberating throughout the whole.
The defense must have saw something there because on first down, you don't usually see that Kingston Carolina get stopped too much, especially on that last drive.
Two wide receivers lined up to the right. Another handoff. It's a fake, and Aaron Knapp gets hit hard, but a good run there.
Flag on the field. It's going to be a late hit out of bounds on Aaron Knapp. It's going to be 15 yards. The Serra Padres cannot afford that, especially right now.
Nice little bit of explosiveness there we've seen from Aaron Knapp. This will go most likely against the Padres. This will go against the Padres. Personal foul for that late hit.
I would definitely say that's deserved. He was already out of bounds. He just got trucked.
This will move the Lancers into field goal range.
That's a crucial foul right there. They cannot afford those right now. Gives the control back to the St. Francis Lancers.
Lancers line up in pistol. Carolina with the run. Gets around 3 yards right there.
Have the Lancers on the ball yet? I don't think so.
They have not thrown the ball yet so far this first quarter. It doesn't look like it. They will as the quarter comes to an end. Only 50 seconds left here. Time is winding down. Let's see if the Lancers will run maybe 2 more plays.
I love the St. Francis run offense, but if I was a wide receiver on the Lancers, I would be a little upset right now.
So far, the run game has been working, though, so we will see what they'll do here with a high snap there. It goes behind Aaron Knapp, picks it up, and it will slide it. That's a dreadful, dreadful play there for the Lancers.
That takes back that personal foul. Moves him back.
And this will make it 3rd and long, which will most likely take us to the end of the first quarter.
We're going to send you guys down to the sideline for a quarter recap.
3rd and 15 when we come back for the second quarter, sorry. 3rd and 25, actually. And we will send it down to the sideline.
This has been one of the most offensively heavy games of the season, having both sides pulling from their throwing and rushing plays. However, throwing results have been a mixed bag, leaving most of the heavy lifting to be to the rushers. This score has left us at a close game, 6-7 to the Padres. Back up to you in the press box.
Jelly, for that insight on the first quarter.
Third and long here. Will we see the Lancers' first pass play here? Aaron Knapp lined up, empty backfield.
Will they throw it to Kingston Carolina?
Here we go, drops back. They throw it to Pop. Whistle's blown, play will be dead. I think it's going to be a false start.
That will back, I have a feeling that's going to back the Lancers up to a 3rd and 28.
This will go against the Lancers, and it will be 3rd and 28.
This would be crazy if they somehow convert this.
Even though the whistles were blown, that throw was high to Perryon Williams, so probably nothing would have came out of that.
Again, those little mistakes, like the bad snap, can just take a drive away. Good job by Aaron Knapp picking up that ball, make sure he gets down.
It is 3rd and very long, so I wouldn't be surprised to see the Lancers just run the ball here and hopefully just punt it and give the Padres some pretty bad field position. Aaron Knapp will drop back. Looking for a deep shot. Perryon Williams. Too far ahead of him. Incomplete. And this will bring up 4th down. Perryon Williams has 14 catches on the season as a wide receiver 1. He has 4 touchdowns as well. Most of them actually come from red zone plays. Fades into the end zone. And against Mitty, he had a quick little screen play there where he fought his way into the end zone.
I don't know if you guys caught that, but number 16, Roman Stetchu, was wide open on that play. He was gone if Aaron Knapp were to throw to him.
Eric Bettendorf, the punter, he has 11 punts so far this season for 372 yards. He's had 3 punts so far inside the 20. Low snap, good punt. Caught there. And it'll be a fair catch. Caught there by number 3, Luke Dowd.
Let's see how this St. Francis defense will do against the Serra offense again. I have a feeling this drive could be another 6-minute drive by the Serra Padres. Lancers definitely need to overcome adversity and stop this run offense from the Serra Padres.
Obviously, the Lancers need to improve on their rush defense. Nanalatu was able to sort of storm through their defensive line, enter the secondary a lot.
This is actually surprising from the St. Francis Lancers defense. They've been pretty good at stopping the run offense so far this year.
Ever since that De La Salle game, they've improved a lot. Here we go. Deep shot, wide open, no one near him. Number 1, Charlie Wiley with a touchdown. No one was even close to him.
That's great coaching from the Serra offense. He was completely open because the St. Francis Lancers defense was expecting a run. Again, they just caught the Lancers off guard.
Completely blown coverage there. Charlie Wiley could have walked it into the end zone. What went wrong for the Lancers? That's something that Coach Kalkani will have to discuss with his defense.
I don't know if that was completely the defense's fault. I didn't see much coverage on that play. Could have been the coordination.
Saul Marks to take this PAT to make this an 8-point game. That will completely change the momentum here.
If I'm the St. Francis Lancers, I would definitely make sure that I get a quick response. You do not want to be down 21-6 during the half.
Kick is up and it's good. (14-6) here, 11 minutes and 30 seconds left in the second quarter. Let's talk about the BYU commit Kingston Carolina. He's averaging 8.8 yards per carry. He has a total of 906 rushing yards and 8 touchdowns in only 5 games so far. He's getting close to breaking a lot of school records. We're sure he'll get some even tonight if he stays healthy. Coach Kalkani was not surprised about his performance so far this season. We sat down with him last night and asked about how he was feeling going into the game. He said, quote, he's feeling pretty good. He's a difference maker. So we will hand him the ball, and if we're successful, we'll continue to hand him the ball all night. He's a very good football player, and I'm sure Coach Walsh has him ready to go to try to do everything they can to stop Kingston and make us beat them without our first option. But he's a pretty special player.
It's a great start from the Serra offense. Those were 2 great drives after the first drive. That was a 3 and out. They definitely saw something, and they're taking advantage of it. Again, the Serra Padres are coming off a win. So I think this mentality is definitely carrying into this game. They came in with confidence, and I can definitely see that on this game so far.
Saul Marks to kick off for the Padres. Perion Williams and Kingston Carolina back to return for the Lancers.
Looks like
This will go out for a touchback.
all right, the question is, can the Serra offense be trusted to come out, score points here? They need a touchdown right now.
Kingston Carolina has already broken his record for rushing yards in a season from last year, and we're only halfway through the season so far this year.
1st and 10 for the Lancers.
He only needed 72 rushing yards today, and now he's broken that record.
1st and 10.
Quick pass out there. Perion Williams trying to fight his way. He's going to go
He
around.
has blockers.
Still going around the outside. Past the 50. And he'll go out of bounds at around the 39-yard line. Great awareness there by Perion Williams to go across the field. And he had blockers. It's a big play there.
That is sort of what you start to see out of Perion Williams. That kid is great. He has such a great football mind, and he knows the game. He had the right mindset to get around and get around 50 yards plus from that game.
Perion doesn't actually get the ball much as a wide receiver 1 compared to other football teams, but he's been so efficient when he does. He's only caught the ball 15 times so far this year, and he already has 4 touchdowns. And now with that big play that extends him into around 200 yards around for the season.
That play gives the St. Francis Lancers the comfort to run Kingston Carolina out a bit. 1st and 10.
Here we
Another
go.
pass.
Passes there's dropped.
It's a drop by Joey Paulson. I wouldn't say that's very common. He has good hands, and he usually catches balls. Not a very high drop rate.
That's something you don't see a lot. Lancers throw it on back-to-back plays.
I know, very surprising. Especially since they had the comfort to run Kingston Carolina a bit there. I like it, though.
Another personal foul against the Lancers.
Personal foul number 2.
This
They had 5 last week.
will push him back.
Did you see what the personal foul was there? I didn't quite catch that.
Here we go. Quick run to Carolina, breaking a few tackles, and we'll get around 6 yards there.
The pass game was working for the St. Francis Lancers. I like that they're running it.
Another
I definitely have confidence that they can convert.
Another 3rd and long here for the Lancers. 3rd and 19. Last drive, it was a 3rd and 28. This is slightly shorter, but still very long. It's important that they actually get themselves in field goal range. Hunter Gossett does have a leg. He can kick from far.
We haven't seen the ball thrown to Joey Paulson today. He would be a great receiver here. He's clutch on third down.
Timeout from the Lancers.
Looks like Coach Galcano must have seen something that he didn't like. Decided to call a timeout. Those can be crucial, but it's definitely useful, especially on a 3rd and 19 when you need to score.
St. Francis next Friday will play away versus St. Ignatius at 4:30. St. Ignatius is obviously a very, very, very strong team. They beat the Padres 21-20 2 weeks ago to open their season. So it'll be very interesting to see. Playing St. Ignatius away in the city is not an easy task. Serra will play next Saturday versus Midi at home at 1:30 p.m. on the Brady Field.
It's interesting to see the play calls so far because both of these teams are very well coached. It's been very smart. People have been making smart decisions, running the ball. It's been a very heavy run offense from both sides, except on this last drive. Lancers 3rd and 19, 10 minutes and 30 seconds left to go in the second quarter.
Here we go, Aaron Knapp. Flag thrown before the ball was even snapped.
Aaron Knapp seems to be confused. It's going to be on the Lancers. Back him up even more.
Recently, the St. Francis student section called the Rage Cage was mentioned in Mercury News for being one of the top student sections in the entire Bay Area. The Rage Cage is packed with eager Lancers ready to cheer on the Lancers football team. This home field advantage proves to be a major part in pushing these Lancers to victory, as in the 2021 season, the Rowdy Rage Cage pushed the Lancers to beat De La Salle, breaking their 30-year undefeated record in Northern California. 3rd and long here for the Lancers.
Again, another flag. So many fouls today. The Lancers need to control those and see if it's going to be on the Lancers or the Padres.
Another flag against the Lancers, and another 3rd and 29. If it wasn't 3rd and long enough, they made it 3rd and longer on both drives.
Definitely.
Now they went from inside the 40 to back into their own territory. Knapp drops back to pass. He's going to take this himself.
Got options.
Caught there.
And they get the first down, I think.
Flag there. It looks like Aaron Knapp actually passed the line of scrimmage, so this will not count.
I can see that coming.
Yeah. It's quite obvious that his whole body was past the line of scrimmage. In order for it to be a flag, his whole body has to be past the line of scrimmage, and it looked like he was almost around the 47-yard line, so this play won't count.
Good job of Aaron Knapp, though, getting the ball out of his hands and completing it.
And now it will be 4th and 29 as it's lost it down.
I can't tell you how important this upcoming drive is going to be for the Serra Padres. If they manage to score a touchdown on this next drive, they would have a lot of control, and it would be definitely difficult for the Lancers to overcome.
Eric Bendorf to punt for the Lancers. High snap, kick is up. Fair catch called.
That could have been touched and dropped. Difficult catch, but great catch from number 3, Luke Dowd. He's got great hands. Doesn't usually drop the ball at all.
Last drive for the Serra Padres was one play, and one play only to Charlie Willie for the massive 70-plus yard touchdown.
I'm gonna watch Jackson Cahoon on this play break down his play. He's a very big team leader.
Handoff there, Nanalatsu. Good run there for around 5 yards.
Man, this is an intense rivalry here. Some pushing and shoving. There are going to be personal fouls all over the place today. If I'm the Lancers, I would not respond to that. I would just let it go. Second and 5 for the Serra offense.
Here you go. Hennigan will snap this ball. Quick pass out there. Number 1, Charlie Willie with the catch. The touchdown scorer will get the first down for the Padres, moving the chains.
This coach on the Serra offense definitely knows what to do right now. 9 minutes to go in the second quarter. I have a feeling he's going to use a lot of that clock. Try to take a 21-6 lead in the half.
First and 10 here. Hand it off to Latu. Breaks a tackle and will still somehow get yards. Looks like there's a face mask there. The flag is thrown, and this will go against the Lancers. Face mask there on Jackson Cahoon, which...
Horse collar on Jackson Cahoon. And these flags have been killing the St. Francis Lancers this entire game. They need to make sure that they're capitalizing, make sure they're not.
And this will push the Padres forward. 15 yards there.
These are just constant gifts, the flags, the St. Francis Lancers.
That play almost looked like nothing was going to happen for Nanalatu. Just couldn't contain him. Able to get around, and the only way to tackle him was through the horse collar. First and 10 at the 46. Here we go. Hennigan.
I think I saw a false start from the Serra offense. Saw somebody jump.
Chris Yoon was the ball carrier, but this will go back.
Man. Oh, legal shift for the Padres. It's going back about 5 yards. Been a lot of flags today. Both teams need to control their flags on all these drives. It's definitely been one of the crucial plays in this game.
This game has been filled with flags. A lot of them pushing back the Lancers on third down. A lot of these ones on the Padres pushing them back on first downs.
This will definitely help the St. Francis defense. Forces probably the Serra Padres to throw it.
Hennigan with Nanalatu lined up right beside him will snap it. Nanalatu with a good run there. We'll get around 6 or 7 yards. He's been pretty efficient today. Obviously, going into this game, we knew that he would be very, very dangerous.
Again, in the last game, the St. Francis Lancers got the ball back against Mitty, and they controlled the ball and took a 5-minute drive. If they get the ball back here, we definitely need to see some of that. Serra Padres see something.
Timeout there by the Padres. Looks like there was some confusion there. Brady, how has the weather sort of affected the St. Francis Lancers practice schedule?
Oh, it's been extremely hot this week. they haven't been able to practice in pads, so it hasn't been a great game simulation. I haven't really seen too many effects on the gameplay today, but it's definitely difficult to practice in the heat.
We spoke with Coach Calcano. He said that they didn't actually get into full pads because of the heat until Wednesday. And obviously, it was very hard for them to get a good practice in that week during the midi game because of the heat.
Especially on the turf. It gets really hot, absorbs all the heat.
St. Francis does have a brand new turf from just installed just a year ago. It's used with
looks like the Lancers are going to blitz.
They show blitz here. Snap there. Chris Yoon will get
number 14, Sean Walsh, overcommitted a bit on that play. He slowed down there and laid down the tackle. That would have 3rd and 1, but that would have dropped him back to about a 3rd and 6. I wouldn't be surprised if I see the Serra offense just run this.
3rd and 1 from a 1st and 15.
If I was the Serra offense, I would run this twice. I think you can get this, especially you can definitely go for it on this.
Lancers defense stay compact. Direct snap to Latu. Finds a big hole. Will get the first down. Gain of around 4.
Great tackle from Quentin Robinson. That could have been a touchdown if it weren't for him.
Last man back there. Important that he was able to make that tackle. Quentin Robinson has been pretty big so far this game. He's obviously made a couple big tackles, tipped a ball that would have with a good read there, and then obviously he has an interception so far one interception so far this season. This is 3rd tackle of the game.
1st and 10 for the Serra Padres.
There you go. It's another direct snap there. Run doesn't get far. Flag on the play, though. Late flag.
Could be. I'm curious to see what this flag will be.
This might go against the Serra Padres. It will as a holding.
That'll back them up. 1st and 20 for the Serra Padres. If I'm the St. Francis defense, they need to stop them right here, or else they're going to be in trouble.
Yeah, it's important that the Lancers keep this in a one-score game, because you don't want the Padres to go into halftime with any momentum that could suffocate this Lancers offense and sort of tire out the defense going into the second half.
I'm surprised by this performance so far from the Lancers. They usually play great at home. Hasn't been quite the expectation today. Need to see more.
Snap there, hand off to Nanalatu. Stop short there. Good tackle there. Made by number 7, Sean McCoy.
Great play right there. Forces the Serra Padres to a 2nd and 18. That's a crucial tackle right there. The Serra Padres are going to want that back.
Sean McCoy has been incredible on the defensive end for the Lancers. He has 22 tackles, now 23 tackles on the season, 4.4 tackles a game he averages. And he pressures the quarterback a lot. He's had 7 hurries on the quarterback this season, plus a half sack, and 3 tackles for loss as well. So he's been really good, really efficient, and on that play, you just kind of see what he can offer.
The Lancers need to capitalize on this play, make sure their coverage is right.
Ball is out, and it's a fumble, but it looks like it's recovered by the Padres.
Barely recovered by the Serra Padres. That was an awful play from the Serra QB. Just ball slipped out of his hands. Could not let that happen.
Good pressure there as the ball went behind him, which was the reason why it was called a fumble.
It's going to be 3rd and 27 for the Serra Padres. Let's see if they can do what St. Francis haven't so far, convert those 3rd and 30s.
Another 3rd and very long. It's like a common trend we've seen so far. But obviously Serra's a lot more of a less conservative team. So we might see another, like a deep shot here.
Both teams have been making constant mistakes today. They need to fix
They
those
give
for
it to
next week.
Nanolatu, who will get a lot of yards, but it will still be short, and it'll be 4th down. And it looks like the Padres,
If I'm the Serra Padres, are you going for this?
you know, you have a lot of momentum.
I personally wouldn't. It's going to be 4th and 15. I would punt this.
Yeah, it still feels like it's a very long
Are they
way to
going
go.
for this?
Looks like the Padres will go for this.
Surprising.
Maybe they'll just try to draw the defense offside. We'll see here. But this is a really risky play. 4th and 15. 3 minutes to go in the second quarter.
Big play right here.
Looks like they are trying to. It's going to be a punt by the quarterback. And this will go out of bounds inside the 10.
Interesting play right there. Was that a punt from the quarterback?
That was. And that's something we've seen a lot in WCal so far this year. Just straight up punting from the quarterback.
Hey, that was a great call from the coach, though. Nearly drew the Lancers offside.
It almost looked like one of the Lancers' defensive linemen jumped.
Yeah,
Might have got away with that.
people in the booth were calming it.
Hey, is it 10 on the field right now? Looks like 10. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. There he is. There's 10. Now
There were only 10 men on the field for the Serra Padres. If they weren't to fix that mistake, St. Francis could have capitalized on that.
Lancers line up in I formation here. Will most likely hand the ball off here. They will. Keanaina gets around 2 to 3 yards.
That was nearly a personal foul. Another one. The St. Francis Lancers, I see them hassling and tasseling over there. They need to control those. Nearly.
Can the Lancers get some points on the board here as we're entering under 2 minutes?
And this is the 2-minute drill you talk about, right? You need to be able to do this if you're going to win WCal.
Another run there. Keanaina, good run there. Gets the first down.
All right. Approaching 2 minutes. Surprised they're running it, actually. If I was the St. Francis Lancers, I would be throwing it. I don't think you have enough time to run Kingston Keanaina. I think they're just hoping for him to get through the tackles and find a way.
The Lancers love this I formation. And almost all the time they give it to Keanaina. But this time Aaron Knapp is going to drop back and throw a deep shot. Almost caught there. That's a great throw. Ball was intended for Perryon Williams.
Nearly caught by Perryon. That would have been clutch for the Lancers to catch that.
That was good coverage there by the Padres. Not much separation he was able to get there. But a decent throw.
The Serra Padres corners have been struggling recently. Seems to see an improvement in the Serra Padres. They must have seen something out of the St. Francis receivers that they can exploit.
Here we go, 2nd and 10 with 1:36 seconds left to go. Score 6-14. Lancers failed a 2-point attempt.
Lancers can prove themselves here. They can convert this.
They give it to Keanaina. And he'll go across the field again. Lots of space to run. Still going. Breaking another tackle. Tackled inside the 40. And we saw this some similar play with Perryon as he just ran across the field. This time Keanaina will run across the field and give the Lancers good field position.
What a run from Kingston Keanaina. If I am the BYU scouts right now, I am incredibly excited for this guy to be on my team.
It was really funny to see how he almost just got spun around and then just decided, you know what? I'll just take it the other side.
Almost looks like a horse collar. I'm surprised that wasn't called.
Here we go. Again, the Lancers
Clock is grinding. They need
Convert.
to make sure that they get this ball out.
Dropping back.
People open.
Aaron Knapp will take it himself. Big hit there. And a flag is thrown. This will go against Serra. Targeting call there. Looks like a head-to-head.
That was a very aggressive tackle. I'm not surprised that was roughing the passer.
Hopefully Aaron Knapp is okay. That's dangerous there. This is a big penalty, which will set the Lancers into the red zone with 47 seconds left in the game.
If I was the Serra Padres defensive coordinator, I would be fuming right now. That is not something you can do against a quarterback. Especially that was an aggressive tackle. Need to control him, wrap him up, and place him down.
Now, the Lancers, so far this game, have only given the ball to Kingston Carolina when they've been in the red zone. They will do similar.
They're
Carolina
gonna run it again.
will get out of bounds, stopping the clock.
That was crucial for Kingston Carolina to get out of bounds. Gives the Lancers more time, and also I feel like the Lancers offense has been really heavily dependent on Kingston Carolina today. I would love to see some more throws from the Lancers offense.
Here we go, 2nd and 4 at the 12-yard line.
You could see they usually run Perry on in this play. Right into the end zone. Right around the, it's always around the 15-yard line. They usually throw it to Perry on. Runs right across.
They do run it to Carolina, going around the right side. We'll get inside the 10. Looks like it'll be 3rd down.
I'm surprised that wasn't thrown to Perry on. That play works every time. So they just chuck it to him in the end zone.
They do.
Runs a slant.
They do tend to throw him a lot inside that 15, inside that 10. He's had 2 touchdowns so far of just fades in the preseason. And he's also, against Midi last game, he caught the ball on a screenplay as they were inside the 15 and worked his way into the end zone by breaking a lot of tackles. So maybe we see them doing something similar here with Perry on, or maybe they just stick it with Carolina as just 1 yard they need to get on 3rd and 1.
I'm actually quite surprised that the Lancers didn't throw that there. That's been working for the last couple weeks. And I feel like if they threw that, I mean, the coverage was off for the Serra defense. If they threw that, I think that would have been a touchdown. Again, great job from the Lancers defense on that last drive. They clutched up for their team there, and it could either be, if they go for 2, they could equalize it, or it could be, or if they kick a field goal, it could be 14-9 going into the half. That's not too bad.
The referees have changed the spot of the ball. It'll be actually spotted at the 8-yard line, which will make this 1st and goal for the Lancers. So now, what does this mean for the Lancers? Will we see a fade out to Pop? Will we see another run to Carolina? Will Coach Calcagno decide to do something creative here, run a play where we haven't seen?
This seems to be going to Perry on.
Whistle's blown here.
I want you guys to watch number 3 on this play. He's going to catch this touchdown. I have a feeling it's going to be on the R.
Timeout there by the Padres.
First-year coach Elena Pruitt and the girls tennis team netted dual W.
Shout out to Lancer Analytics for helping out this Lancers football team and us Lancer Live commentating and stats crew by giving us great analysis on the players. They've been super helpful, and if you're interested in joining them, they host meetings almost every week and are looking for new members.
Rohan, what would you say has been the player standout of the game so far?
So far, I think it has been Andrew Hennigan, the quarterback for the Serra Padres. He had a great throw there to the wide receiver, Charlie Willie, for a massive touchdown there, and it's really impressive that he's able to read that. He's also been able to handle a lot of the St. Francis pressure there, almost having a fumble.
Definitely.
But otherwise than that, I think he's been really good. And obviously on the Lancers side, I think Keonaina, which is not a surprise, has been their most effective player.
Looks like there could have been. Is there? How many people are on the field for the Serra Padres? A player had to run out. Could have been like. Looks like there were about to be like 14 people on the field. Panic for the Serra Padres defense.
Miscommunication again. And another timeout by the Padres.
Mr. Ross having some fun on the sounds there. Gotta love this guy.
35 seconds to go.
Man,
Still haven't run their first and goal yet.
This is taking a while. Both teams are taking their time.
Lancers with one timeout remaining. The Padres with no timeouts. Stick around for our halftime show, which will be displayed right after the game, right after the half ends, by our Lancer Live weekly show host, Jacob Jelly. If you're interested in watching any of our weekly shows, they're posted every week on the Lancer Live YouTube channel.
Let's see if the Lancers can convert on this play.
Here we go. Big play here. Lancers line up in I formation. Another flag.
And I feel like they were going to run it on that play again. With 35 seconds left, it's an interesting choice.
Yeah, but they are inside the 10.
That's
and
true.
with a player like K9, it's... And with that sound effect, we can clearly see that there's another flag, which will delay the game again. And
I swear this 35 or however long this has been, it's taken about quarter length. It's taken a while. Just want to see this play get done.
this will go against the Padres, and we'll go half distance to the goal, so the Lancers will line up at the 4-yard line now. They finally get a playoff to Keonaina. They don't get the playoff, and it's another flag.
What is going on right now? I cannot believe this.
I think I might have jinxed it as that ball was snapped, and it's going to be another false start.
What is going on? This is wild right now. It's one of the longest plays I've ever seen.
You know, a big thing going into this game was that we talked to Coach Calcanio about was obviously the personal fouls, the flags.
Definitely.
These sort of free yards that the Lancers gave to Midi last game, and Serra not so much, but obviously this game it's been big, and it'll be first and goal at the 2-yard line now.
No flags, please. Get this play done. Kingston Kayana is going to run it into the end zone. Knock on wood.
First and goal here at the 2. 35 seconds to go.
Get on with the play.
Still another stoppage here.
How long will it be till this play happens? All right, second.
They give it to Keonaina, who walks it in
And what
for
did
the
we
touchdown.
expect? All of that waiting for a simple run and a touchdown for the Lancers. And also, they're going to get the ball back in the second half. They could capitalize on this. Great touchdown from Kingston Keonaina.
After a while, he walks it in for a 2-yard score. That makes it his 10th touchdown of the season so far.
My goodness, that's crazy. How many games?
6 games.
6 games.
Very, very efficient. Hunter Gossett this time will kick the PAT. He's 17 for 18 so far this season. Really, really, really good.
Definitely smart for the Lancers.
Kick is up. Kick is good. And now this is just a 1-point game. Good response there from the Lancers, battling against the Padres' momentum after that long touchdown score there from Charlie Willie.
Again, those timeouts from the Serra Padres and the Lancers are definitely taking a toll on this last 30 seconds. Let's see if the Serra Padres can get anything out of this last 30 seconds.
Serra with actually 0 timeouts left, and since all those timeouts were used, looks like they probably won't get anything out of the last 30 seconds of the half.
I would say the Lancers are leaving this half on a positive note. Definitely recovered from being down 14-6, and the Serra Padres on a positive drive. 12 on the field.
Here we go, Andrew Macris to kick off for the Lancers. Back to return is Nanolatu and Chris Yoon. Short kick there, and the Padres will start at the 26-yard line.
What do you think the Serra Padres offense is going to try to do on this 25 seconds left in the second quarter?
Really depends on how risk-taking they obviously want to be. Will they go for a long shot here, or will they just kneel it and take this to the half and regroup?
I personally would maybe try to throw a couple. You got 25 seconds. It's a decent amount of time. You could definitely get a field goal in. Looks like they're going to.
They will kneel it.
They'll kneel it.
And this will take us to halftime here. Score is 14-13.
Very interesting kneel there. He was very far behind the snap. Could have fumbled it.
That is true. Padres up by 1 here.
That will take us to the end of the half. 14-13.
Both teams with 2 touchdowns here. 2 touchdowns there by Kingston Carolina for the Lancers. And now we will take it down to the sideline. Jacob Jelly for a halftime report.
Brady Lang.
Welcome back to the sideline. This has been one of the most offensive-heavy games of the season. Both sides have used throwing plays and rushing plays to massive effect, seeing some wonderful results on both sides. This half ended off with a very, very close set of actions for the Lancers, leaving the game neck and neck with 1 point difference, leaving the Padres leading by 1 point. Now, I'm going to hand it over to Noah for our weather report.
Hey Lancers, I'm Noah Wong with the weather, and I'm here with this game's halftime weather report. So going into the game, it's going to be low 60s, and then at 9 o'clock, clouds are going to start rolling in, dropping into the 50s, and then dropping even further to the mid-50s, going further into tonight. Back up to you in the press box.
Recently in Mountain View, it's been really hot for St. Francis. They've had limitations at practice, and they haven't been able to play in pads at practice. I'm curious to see if the lack of practice will have an effect on the game tonight. I mean, I haven't seen much of it so far.
The St. Francis Lancers had an impressive 2024 football season so far, building a 4-1 record in the first 5 games. They started with a strong win streak, and their only loss coming from the De La Salle Spartans. One of the key players driving St. Francis' success is obviously Kingston Keanaina. He established himself as a force in the backfield, and in the minigame, he delivered an incredible 313-yard performance, which is he is the second. There's only been 4 times where the Lancers have rushed for 300+ yards.
His performance from the Varsity Palm squad.
And 2 of those 4 have been from Carolina. Defensively, the Lancers have been solid, allowing them to stay competitive in their game. Their ability to contain opposing offenses has been a cornerstone of their success. With the 4-1 record, the Lancers are in a strong position heading into this game, and hopefully can finish out this incredibly tough game.
I would overall say that the Serra Padres played better in that first half. I would just say it's been too many mistakes and fouls and penalties for the St. Francis Lancers.
And that will conclude the Lancer Live broadcast for the first half. We will see you in 18 minutes for the second half.
Brady Lang, peace out.
Welcome back to Lancer Live Entertainment Network. We are here for the second half of Serra versus St. Francis.
In the first half, the Lancers struggled with penalties. They've racked up 3 personal fouls so far. That have really set them back on defense. They're hoping to fix that going into the second half.
Here we go. Looks like Kiana Aina is back to return this kick as well with number 24, Loa Tuilela. Not Perion Williams, like usual. Saul Marks to kick us off. And the second half is underway.
And that one's back for a touchback. Lancers will start at their own 20.
Kingston Kiana Aina so far in this first half broke his own personal record of rushing yards in a season. He only needed 72 rushing yards going into this game, and he's gotten far more than that, breaking his record.
Yeah, he's been electric so far, and he's hoping to continue that starting the second half here.
Here we go, 1st and 10 at the 20 for the Lancers. Knapp will hand it off to Kingston Kiana Aina. Gets a good run there, still going. Gets tackled, big run there. Just at around the 48-yard line.
Yeah, that's what we're talking about. He just started the second half off with a bang. About a 30-yard run here to start the second half, and the Lancers will continue at about the 49-yard line.
You know, we spoke to Coach Calcagno last night, and we asked him about, like, the importance of Kiana Aina and his run game. He said, quote, "We can handle the ball and grind the clock if the game ever gets close. You can count on him. You know he's a special player for sure. This team can truly rely on Kingston. It's going to be important. Interesting to see how he will do as he gets a run there for around 2 yards. It's going to be interesting to see if Serra can put up against his intense work ethic going into the second half."
Looks like he had a lane on that first down run, but closed down quickly by the linebackers. Only a 4-yard gain.
Here we go, 2nd and 6 here for the Lancers. Their opening drive started with them giving the ball to Kingston Kiana Aina almost every single play. Actually, they did give it to him every single play. Let's see what they'll do here on the opening drive of the second half. Again, another run to Kingston Kiana Aina going around the outside. Can't get much there. Maybe get around a yard. Couldn't find the outside quick enough.
That's a great job by that Serra Padres defensive line, forcing him outside so that the secondary can come and finish the job. It'll stay with 6 yards to go.
3rd and 4 here. The Lancers just entered the Serra territory. Looks like there's 12 men on the field for Serra. One person comes out. Lancers, big 3rd down here. They run it with Kiana Aina. Will he get the first? Battling his way. He stops short. It'll be 4th down. Good tackle there by the Serra Padres.
Yeah, they brought the blitz off the edge with Teddy Chung there. They ran in the opposite direction, and they look stuffed, 4th and 4. You know, this is kind of in that range where they can't really punt, and they can't really kick a field goal, so it looks like they're going to go for it here on 4th and 3.
Teddy Chung, the Harvard commit. He's an influential player on both ends of the field. He has a 80-yard touchdown on the ground last game, and he was big on that play there. Big 4th down here. 4th and 3. Aaron Knapp. Drop back to pass. Quick pass there. Caught by Perion. Breaks the tackle. He's still going. Perion Williams. Will he get in for the touchdown? He's in.
What a play call from the Lancers. Just a quick pass to Perion Williams. Aaron Knapp with a great ball, just sailing it right over that linebacker, and Perion doing his job running after the catch. Great touchdown.
Perion is big on those yards after catch, always working for his touchdowns. Even against the Mini Monarchs last week, he had a catch from around the 20-yard line, and he just worked his way, breaking tackles in for this touchdown. He did similar here just now, breaking a tackle and using his explosiveness to get the touchdown. Hunter Gossett with the PAT. Kick is good there. Hunter, 19 for 20 on PATs.
Yeah.
And that's a great opening drive for the Lancers.
Yeah, Perion Williams has done something like that before in this game. In the first half, he took a little screen pass and ran to the other side of the field for about a 40-yard gain. And he's just showing what he can do after the catch in this game. We're able to see what this Lancers passing game can become with those passes. Perion Williams with 2 great receptions, taking 2 great catches all the way for about 40 yards.
You know, going over these team captain performances with obviously Perion, Kingston, and Aaron Knapp, the team captains on the offensive end, they've been big today. Perion with the 1 touchdown, Kingston Keanaina with 2 touchdowns. We spoke with Coach Canio recently, and I asked him about what he expects from his team captains in this big rivalry game. He said he asked them to lead us to be consistent across the board, and they have to do everything in their power just to get themselves better and work on ourselves and constantly practice every day.
Yeah, you really need that from your captains in this game, especially with the way they started with those penalties. And they just got to fix those penalties and just discipline themselves.
Andrew Mackers to kick us off. This will go out for a touchback. And now the Serra Padres will take over on the 20, down by 6.
The Padres have shown good balance on their offense, throwing and running with great efficiency. They'll look to continue here in the second half.
St. Francis next week will play Friday away versus St. Ignatius at 4:30 p.m. Obviously, St. Ignatius away is a tough matchup. Serra wasn't able to beat them. Toss there to Nanalatu. Good run there. We'll get around 6 or 7.
Yeah, Nanalatu showing his hard running abilities. He was just taking those hits and trying to keep driving to get as many yards as he can.
He's been really efficient in the first half. Last week versus Cathedral, he had a really efficient game. Jackson Cahoon making the tackle on that play. Cahoon has been the Lancers' best defensive player of the season with 42 tackles and averaging 8.4 tackles a game. He's Hennigan. He'll hand it off to Latu. Latu will get the first down.
There is a flag on the play, though. Referees are talking it over.
Chase Cahoon on the tackle. He's back from injury. Missed a lot. Missed the first 5 games of the season.
Yeah, unfortunately, another personal foul on the Lancers. That's a face mask penalty. They just can't keep doing that. They're keeping these Serra drives alive, especially when they need some stops.
We spoke with Coach Calcagno last night, and he said that the Lancers needed to improve on their personal fouls going into the game today, and I'm not sure if he's really impressed on sort of that personal foul standpoint. They've had a lot so far in the first half, and now just one here. They hand it off to Nanalatu. Good run there. We'll get around 4.
It looked like the Lancers were going to get a tackle for loss there, but Nanalatu just took the ball and just ran through the gap he saw. Lancers got pressure, but Latu with great vision, and he's got a good 5-yard gain.
Latu will head over to the sideline. We'll take a rest here. Will we see some runs here in the second half by Teddy Chung, the Harvard commit?
Second and 5. At the 44.
Hennigan hands it off to Chris Yoon. Chris Yoon breaks a tackle, will get the first down and enter Lancer territory at the 42-yard line.
Jackson Cahoon wanted a flag there maybe for holding, but he won't get it, and that's a great run by Chris Yoon. He just turned directions and got a great gain out of that.
Serra do have very, very impressive running backs. They've been big today. Obviously, the Lancers' biggest weakness so far today has been that rush defense. Hennigan, good tackle there. Good read.
That's the freshman, Jaden Lewis, I believe. Great tackle for loss. He's been a real dominant force, especially as a young guy on this varsity team.
The only freshman on the varsity team. Good read there. Not letting Serra sort of trick him on that play action. On that option. Second and 14 here. Handoff there, short gain.
You can kind of see what Serra has been building on in this drive. They've had a lot of runs between the tackles, and I think they're trying to build off of that and trying to get some option runs to Hennigan working. Luckily for the Lancers, it did not work on the last one.
3rd and 12 here. We've seen a lot of 3rd and longs this game. Looks like there's a man down for the Padres. Hopefully he's okay. Obviously, penalties have been such a big part of this game. Obviously, in the first half, the Lancers had big plays by Perrion. They had big plays by Kingston, getting them to around the 40, where they just needed their final push to get into that field goal range. But these penalties pushed them back, making it 3rd and 30, almost back-to-back times. And they just aren't able to capitalize on some of their big plays.
Hennigan's been really efficient on those really quick passes, those slants, and those in-cut routes. Maybe they'll look for something here on this 3rd and 12.
And sort of going back to those like quick plays, they tend to target Clay Hinsdale a lot, the tight end, who's had 3 targets so far on those quick plays, quick passes on those slants. He had 1 drop, but other than that, he's been very efficient. Looks like the player down there was number 71, Louis Akpa, the senior, 6'6", 260 pounds. He gets up and walks off the field, which is good. Good to see him standing and walking. Here we go, 3rd and long, big 3rd down here. Serra on the Lancers 44. Here we go. He'll drop back to pass. Looking deep. Almost got it, but it's going to be incomplete.
Yeah, he had his man open right there, just tucked in the zone. He underthrew that ball. Lancers running some zone coverage there, and he needs to find his receiver in that pocket there.
Looks like the intended receiver there was number 14, Brian Biagini, the 170-pound, 6-foot senior. They're going to go for it here on 4th and 12. Big play here. Can the Lancers be strong defensively? Can the Serra make something happen on offense?
No, he's moving back to punt.
Another QB punt, something we saw earlier today. Good catch there. Breaking a couple tackles. Ball is out. Let's see who got on it.
Let's see the call here. I think that was a good heads-up play by Naya Alatini after initially losing the ball. Yeah, that's a great play by him. He was able to just knock that ball out of bounds so that the Lancers keep the ball. But he's got to make sure he keeps that ball secure. He's not going to get so lucky next time.
That is a very scary play. Looks like the ball went out of bounds. So it will still be the Lancers' ball after that QB punt, the second we've seen today. What's the purpose of those QB punts?
They're just really trying to catch the defense just off guard there, just maybe down it inside the 10, or maybe get some quick receivers down to make the tackle there, just like they showed right there in forcing a fumble.
Lancers will start this drive at the 18-yard line.
They'll definitely keep the running game going, as it's been working. Carolina has had several really electric runs, just getting this offense up.
Handoff. Carolina breaking a tackle, still going, and will get around 9 yards, still shy of the first down.
Yeah, that's just Carolina being hard to tackle there. All 205 pounds. Just one guy usually isn't enough to tackle him, and he just bounced off and was able to get that first down.
Carolina has 10 touchdowns on the season, and he's broken a record today. Broke his career record for rushing yards in a season, and he's only 1 touchdown away from breaking the amount of touchdowns and points scored. First and 10 here. Lancers move the chains on that play. Aaron Knapp will hand it off to Kingston Carolina. Finds a big hole. Still going. Will he go all the way? And he looks like he will. Kingston Carolina, an electric run.
What a run by Carolina. But you've got to really highlight the blocking there. James Jordan in motion was able to really set the edge and create that big gap for Kingston. That's just Kingston using his speed to get all the way down the field. Great team play there.
Kingston at Carolina finding that hole and exploding into it. His explosiveness really helps him there, getting past into the secondary and just going all the way for around a 75-yard touchdown.
That's his 3rd on the day. Great job by him today.
And with that, he ties the record for, he ties his career record for points scored in the St. Francis Lancers season. An historic day for him today.
And the way this is going, he's just going to add on to that and get this record even bigger.
Hunter Gossett with the PAT kick is good. That makes this game a 2-score game.
Yeah, the Lancers have come out this second half to start the second half with 14 straight points. The Padres have had really no answer on defense for Kingston, just really getting those big runs and really lowering that morale on the defense.
Yeah, BYU do have a special player. Carolina going into this game averaged around 8.8 yards a carry and averaged around 181.2 yards a game. That's almost like Ashton Genty stats right there.
Oh, yeah. Just crazy stats. And I wouldn't be surprised if he's up past 10 yards a carry in this game, after this game. Just really big runs, a bunch of them. Just really bring his yards up.
That brings Carolina past 1,100 yards throughout the season. He has around 1,500 all-purpose yards so far. He's been probably the best running back, maybe even in the Bay Area.
Yeah, not a lot of teams run like the Lancers, and that's really helped Carolina get these numbers up, and he's just shown how efficient he is.
Andrew Macris with the kick. Ball is muffed. Not a lot to recover. He can! Oh, wow! Getting on the outside. Nanawatu, after what looked like a crazy muff, still going. Nanawatu will score! Right off the kickoff.
Yeah, there were mistakes by both teams, but that's a fantastic job by Nanolatu, just recovering and making a great play out of what looked like nothing. He originally fumbled it. It looked like a lack of communication between the two returners, but then the Lancers just completely blew up that special teams coverage, just giving him gaps everywhere. That's a great return by Nanolatu.
What an eventful 3 minutes we've had so far. Kingston Kanaina with an incredible touchdown, and then Nanolatu saying, whatever you could do, I could do as well. Getting the kickoff return touchdown.
I think that's the kick that these Padres need. Maybe that's going to really help their defense out, just motivating them to just get a stop on defense.
Saul Marks to kick this PAT. Kick is up, and it is good. 6-point game just after the Lancers thought they had this game under control. Big play by none other than Nanolatu, the guy who's Serra been giving the ball an awful lot.
Yeah, the Lancers are going to hope that that 2-point conversion that they went for and failed isn't going to bite them, because it's only a 6-point game, and instead of a 7-point game where you could, maybe allow a touchdown and extra point, now if you allow a touchdown, the extra point would, just have you done. Now let's see how this Serra Padres defense is going to respond to this run game led by Kingston Kanaina. They can't allow another big play by Kingston, especially as he's done on the last 2 drives.
4 minutes and 11 seconds here. 4 minutes and 11 seconds here in the third quarter. Loa Tuilela and Kingston Kanaina back to return for the Lancers. Now it's important to not let that touchdown get in under the skin of the Lancers, because Serra will be punishing from any mistake that the Lancers will have. Saul Marks to kick us off. And this will go back to the end for a touchback.
Yeah, he's just been sending these last few kicks back into the end zone. I don't think they want to return by Kanaina, especially as in his last few games, he's done a great job returning the ball. 2 weeks ago, he had 2 punt return touchdowns, and they just don't want him to do something like that here today. The Lancers will definitely try to keep the ground game running here, as they're just showing I formation here.
Here we go. Aaron Knapp, 1st and 10 at the 20. We'll give it to Kingston Kanaina. 3 touchdowns here today. Won't get any yards on that play.
Yeah, the Serra Padres have brought an 8-man box on that last play. They got rid of the safety, and they're just leaving the receivers one-on-one. I think the Lancers might want to take advantage of that. They're really trying to just stop the run at all costs, so maybe a throw to Perrion could do some damage here.
Perrion Williams has a touchdown today for around 40 yards. He's caught the ball 16 times only this season, but he's been effective. 5 touchdowns through those 16 catches. Motion there, give it to Kanaina. Working his way for some yards. Looks like it will be 3rd and around 5.
Yeah, we've seen a lot of those tight end motions across the formation to give the tight end a running start to their block. And it seems to be working, as the Lancers have been able to get good yardage on him.
Gain of 4, 2nd and 5 at the 25.
Yeah, we saw again on the last play another 8-man box. They're just trying to really make sure no run is going to be efficient.
Just under 2 minutes and 35 seconds here in the third quarter. And an electrifying third quarter. Aaron Knapp drops back to pass, throws it deep, almost caught. That was a great coverage there. Almost caught there by number 80, Aaron Bonini, the 6'1" junior. That would have been an incredible play, and that was a good throw, landed in his chest.
Yeah, that was a good throw. I think Bonini has got to go up and try and fight for that ball instead of letting it just land in his chest plate.
Looks like a Serra player is down from that play in the backfield. Hopefully he's okay. But man, that play would have been another electrifying add to this incredible third quarter.
Yeah, and it looked like on that play there was a lot of receivers with about a step or more on their defender. Could have really went to any of his receivers there, Aaron Knapp. Chose Bonini, and it almost worked.
Punt team will come out for the Lancers on 4th and 5. Good defense there by Serra. Eric Bettendorf to punt as Serra forced the 3 and out. Fair catch called there. Caught there by number 2, Aaron Meyer.
Yeah, and the Padres will get some really good field position to start at about the 45. And hopefully Nanu Latu will just continue what he had on his last touch where he took it to the house off of a kick return.
Here we go. 2 minutes and 12 seconds here in this third quarter. Andrew Hennigan. Quick pass out. Great read there. Almost intercepted there. Quinton Robinson read that unbelievably, just like he did in the first half, and almost an interception there.
Yeah, the Padres are trying to get some rub action there. A little out route and a little slant. Quinton Robinson, great read there. He almost came down with it. Just got to secure that ball next time.
Quinton Robinson also almost intercepted another play in the first quarter where Hennigan tried to play that quick pass towards the outside. He's read that well and almost got an important interception there.
Yeah, he's really lurking for his second of the season.
Here's Hennigan on 2nd and 10. Handoff there to Isaiah Singleton on the run there with a good run, which will be just shy of the first down. It will be 3rd and about 1 as the Padres enter Lancer territory.
Yeah, you could expect another run here. The running game has been working pretty efficiently where they could really get 1 yard off this pretty easily.
Here we go, 3rd and 1. Lancers line up in pistol. He'll hand it off. Good run there. Isaiah Singleton breaks through into the Lancers secondary. He'll be tackled around the 22-yard line.
Yeah, that's a great run between the tackles. Just found that gap right in the middle between that center and the guard and just blasted through it. Lancers have got to do a better job just being able to replace and recover on those inside zone runs.
And now the Padres, if they can get a touchdown here, obviously with the missed extra or the failed 2-point conversion of the first score from the Lancers, they could get the lead. Here we go, 1st and 10 at the 22. Clock is ticking, just under 40 seconds to go. They snap it. They will hand it off. Another run there by Isaiah Singleton, which will allow the Padres to get into the red zone.
Yeah, so far in this drive, he's been a great complement to what Nanolatu has been able to do. He's just been adding on and just making this running game even better.
The Padres have a great running back crew here. Obviously, they gave the ball a lot to Nanolatu, who's been really good, including a kickoff return touchdown. Also, they gave it a lot to Chris Yoon, who's been pretty good today. And now Isaiah Singleton single-handedly moving the Padres forward on this drive. 7 seconds here left in the third quarter. There'll be one more play.
It's Latu back in the backfield.
Looks like they're going to measure it to see if he got the first down on that run.
It looks very, very close.
You see what I'm saying, Coach?
Let's see if he got the first down. Looks like he's way short. So this will be 2nd and 1.
That's what I'm saying. One of those guys has to play the post.
Yeah, it looks like another running down, assuming this is a 2nd and 1. Just the way the running game has been working, you just can't go away from it right now.
They'll change the clock to 10 seconds left.
Maybe 2nd and short.
Both teams yet to use a timeout.
So in this formation right now, they've got 2 of their running backs, Teddy Chung and Nanolatu. Teddy Chung had a 80-yard touchdown, but they will just take it to the end of the quarter.
Yeah, I think sort of on to complement Teddy Chung, the Harvard commit. He's been an influential player on both ends of the field. He had an 80-yard touchdown last game on the ground, and another big run on the ground as well with a 70-yard touchdown.
Yeah, defensively, he tries to sneak up on the edge and try and maybe get a tackle for loss there.
Yeah, they tend to use Teddy Chung a lot on the outside zone run plays. And obviously on the defensive end, he covers zones really well and is a big hitter. And this is going to be a super important 4th quarter for both teams. Game is still tight. Serra has it in the red zone.
Yeah, you just want
up by 6.
Yeah, you just want to look back earlier in the drive when Quentin Robinson almost picked that ball off, and you're just thinking, what could have been? Just the Lancers could have had the ball at the 50, just been driving down instead of this Serra ball in the red zone.
Here we go. 4th quarter here for the Serra Padres versus St. Francis Lancers here at Ronkonkaglia Stadium. Second and short here at the Lancers 13-yard line. Rage Cage is still pretty packed here. They were named from Mercury News as one of the best student sections in the Bay Area. They've been rowdy. They've helped push the Lancers to be so far undefeated at home this season, with wins over McClymonds High School and Bellarmine, a big win over Bellarmine. Can they push this Lancer team over the Serra Padres hump? Here we go. Looks like the Padres line up in Wildcat. Direct snap there. Gets the first down. Nanalatu will get first and goal here.
Yeah, Latu had a great convoy of blockers. They're just creating some gaps for him. And looks like he has got that first down pretty easily inside the 10 now.
Here we go. First and goal at the 8-yard line for the Padres. Again, another Wildcat from Serra. Looks like it's going to be a direct snap to Nanolatu. He's going to try to push his way through. Good stop by the Lancers. Won't gain much.
That's just a great job of closing down all the gaps pretty quickly. Latu was just running down with a full head of steam. Good stop there. Only 4 yards there.
Second and goal. We've seen back-to-back Wildcat plays, but they just snap it directly to Nanolatu. They ran that a lot against Cathedral as well, including getting a touchdown from it from Nanolatu in the opening drive.
Yeah, so far on these last few plays, it's been Teddy Chung right next to Nanolatu. They've got to keep their eye. The Lancers defense has got to keep their eye on both of these players.
Here we go. Another Wildcat. They're trying to run it to the outside. Great tackle there. Tackled there by number 32, Naya Latini, the 6'3" junior.
Yeah, there was a little bit of misdirection there. It was Nanolatu who called for the snap, but it was Teddy Chung who got the snap, and he was the one who ran it. Great job by Naya Latini, just coming off that backside and just staying in pursuit, getting that tackle to only keep it a 1-yard gain.
And the Lancers obviously are aware of these big players that are getting behind the ball in these Wildcat formations, such as Teddy Chung and Nanolatu. And Coach Calcano has said that it's important that the Lancers always know where these players are on the field. Another Wildcat, they direct snap it. Nanolatu pushing his way. Stopped just shy of the touchdown.
Yeah, that's another great job by the linebackers and Naya Latini coming in from his safety spot. Just making sure once Latu gets hit the first time, he can't bounce off and get some more.
Fourth and very short here.
That was another 1-yard gain. It will be 3 yards to the goal line. They've had Wildcat runs on their last 5 plays. Let's see what the call is this time, though.
Now Serra will go for it here on 4th and goal. If this game couldn't get any more entertaining so far, we have a massive play right here. Direct snap to Nanolatu, who slips, and the Lancers will pick up the ball at the 5-yard line, and it will be a turnover on downs.
Oh, that is just unlucky by Nanolatu. He just slipped as soon as he got that ball, couldn't make anything of it, and the Lancers quickly got on top of him. And now we only have 8 minutes and 43 seconds left in the 4th quarter, so this is a great time for the Lancers to just run out the clock, just like Coach Calcano stated with Kingston K-9.
That's great red zone defense there by the Lancers, not allowing Nanolatu to get any yards by capitalizing on any of the holes that the Lancers gave, as they were able to close down on them quickly.
Yeah, the Padres looked really efficient until they got inside the 10. They had a bunch of big runs, but as soon as they got into the 10 and started running those Wildcat runs, they just couldn't get more than 2 yards per carry.
Here's Aaron Knapp. Looks like it's going to be an offside on the Lancers. False start. And this will bring them to around the 3-yard line. Teddy Chung and Nanolatu, the 2 best players on Serra, not able to bring the ball into the end zone single-handedly.
Yeah, you can't have these penalties, especially already backed up from the 6. It'll be from the 3-yard line of the Lancers now. It's going to be even harder. They can't take any negative plays and no more flags especially.
Not much room to run any big plays here for the Lancers, so they'll give it up to Kingston Kanaina, who won't get many yards. Looks like he'll get 2 yards there.
Yeah, the Padres can really expect what the Lancers are trying to do here. Just backed up, can't really let any passing plays develop. So you just got to keep the box stacked and just be prepared for that run.
Obviously, with the Lancers' conservative play style, being backed up inside their own 5, most likely they're just going to run this ball, not take any chances, maybe wind down some clock here as we're under 8 minutes to go in this 4th quarter. The Lancers line up in I formation. Kanaina's back there. And Aaron Knapp will drop back to pass. Throw it! It is just overshot there. Intended receiver was Perryon Williams.
Perryon had a really good step on his defender there. Just a slightly overthrown ball. And the clock stops at 7:47. Instead of a run, which could have kept the clock going under the 7-minute mark.
Aaron Knapp looked like he was on a lot of pressure there and didn't really want to drop back because of how backed up he was in the end zone and wasn't able to throw an accurate ball.
Yeah,
now it's 3rd and 11.
Yeah, when you're backed up like that, you really can't take any chances trying to scramble, especially when you're already in your end zone. You can't take a safety there.
3rd down here. What will the Lancers do? Aaron Knapp drops back to pass again, looking for a deep shot. There is caught there. Great catch there. Looks like it's caught by number 85, James Jordan.
Yeah, James Jordan has always been that little security blanket for Aaron Knapp, and he's shown to be a really big player right here, right now, with that 1st down conversion.
James Jordan helps the Lancers move the chains.
And not even that, they also got some nice room to work with here from the 27.
James Jordan, the senior tight end, 6'2", 230 pounds. Now the Lancers have some room to work with. Can they get the ball to Kanaina? Can they let him do his magic? They do. Kanaina gets to the outside. Will dive his way for around 4 yards there.
Yeah, he was trying to take it outside. Looked like he broke the first tackle attempt, but just stumbled right after that. Got a short gain on that.
Now we're just under 7 minutes to go. The Lancers were really good at managing their clock time, especially last game versus Midi, where they kept the ball for the last 5 minutes and 30 seconds. And they didn't even allow Midi to get the ball again and possibly upset the Lancers as they were up by 3. Can the Lancers do something similar here today? Can they keep the ball for as long as they can? Here's Kanaina breaking a couple tackles. He'll be stopped.
Looks like he's he's got the 1st down there.
Kanaina moves the chains there for the Lancers.
That's good patience there. He just took a second behind his offensive line and just found the gap to run through. And that's a great run for a 1st down. Yeah, draining the clock here is exactly what you need. The clock is down to about 6 minutes now, and the Lancers will hope to just keep running it down. Make sure that if they have to give the ball back to Serra, Serra does not have any time to play with it.
Less than 6 minutes to go here. The Lancers will give it to Kanaina, who won't get much.
Yeah, Serra was able to get some initial pressure there and make Kanaina stumble a little bit so that the reinforcements could come, and they'll leave it at a no gain on the play.
We talked to Coach Calcagno last night, and he obviously relies on Kanaina a lot, especially if the game ever gets close and they need to grind some clock. That's exactly what I'm expecting them to do here. Just give him the ball, let him work for his yards, and let's drain some clock. Aaron Knapp to Kingston Carolina. Fighting his way. Will get around 2 or 3 yards. Third down and a big one.
Yeah, Carolina just showed how well he can just change directions. There was a run to the left side, but then just put his foot in the ground and took a cut to the right and tried to make something out of what looked like nothing.
Now, if you're the Lancers here, would you go for another run at Carolina and be safe, or would you maybe try to throw a pass here and get that first down?
You know, it's likely that it'll be a run, but there's 2 things you cannot do. You cannot throw an incomplete pass, and you cannot get out of bounds. You cannot stop the clock under any circumstance.
Under 4:20 to go. They will give it to Carolina, who works his way for the first down, moving the chains. Great run there by Carolina, and this will drain even more clock.
Yeah, and that's just why he's so good. Right when they need him on a 3rd and 7, he just blasts through the gap and gets that first down. Great run.
Carolina, so far this season, has been great at closing out games. We saw that in preseason as well against McClymonds High School. He was able to close it out, score a couple late touchdowns to get this game out of reach. Against Mitty, he was able to close it out with over 300 rushing yards. Now he's looking to do the same here. Just under 3 minutes and 45 seconds here. They'll give it to him again. Finds an opening. We'll get around 9 yards. Let's see if they give him the first down.
Yeah, it's very close. Might be a first down there, and just he might keep the chains going. No, the refs actually signal. It's short, 2nd and 1 now. But yeah, the Lancers have done exactly what they wanted to do. The drive started around the 8-minute mark, and now they're down to the 3-minute mark. Just drained 5 minutes just off about 8 runs and just 1 pass play, 1 pass completion.
Now, obviously, if the Lancers can get into field goal range, Hunter Gossett had a big field goal versus Mitty, 37-yard field goal. If they can get into field goal range and get this game a 2-score game, that could be huge. Carolina gets the first down and a couple more yards. And he'll be marked down at the 32.
Yeah, the Padres have tried to just stop every gap, put them in every gap there so that there's no gap to run through for Carolina, but great blocking there to just make enough space for Carolina to squeeze through.
Obviously, the man on the spotlight is Carolina. They're only going to give him the ball, and they probably won't stop giving him the ball for the rest of the game.
21.
As there's under 2 minutes and 30 seconds to go. Last week, he rushed for over 313 yards and 2 touchdowns, averaging a remarkable 10.4 yards per carry, and a 75-yard touchdown run was one of his critical moments. And he did something similar here today. Here we go. It's 1st and 10 at the 32. They give it to Carolina. He'll get around a yard. And this will take us just outside 2 minutes as the Padres will call timeout.
Yeah, you know, just in case the Lancers have to give the ball back to the Padres, it's good that they'll try and drain all their timeouts so that the Padres would have to drive down the field with nothing left. You know, something that's been really understated in this game has been the blocking. The offensive line and James Jordan and Aaron Bonini as tight ends have created great gaps for Kingston Carolina to run through. And, you know, that's exactly what you need to make your running back successful.
James Jordan obviously had a big catch at the beginning of the drive, which gave the Lancers some decent field position to give the ball to Carolina in space to allow him to find these pockets to push his way for some yards. Aaron Bonini almost had a great catch to get the Lancers into Padres territory, but it was great defense there by the Padres. So these tight ends have been effective, and it's great to see obviously Aaron Bonini getting good involvement in a big game like this.
Yeah, best case situation for the Padres here is that their defense gets 2 great stops here to hold the Lancers behind 7 yards so that they'll be forced to either kick a field goal or maybe try and convert it on 4th down. They've got 2 timeouts as well as the warning left, so let's see what they'll try and do.
That timeout there by the Padres allows this defensive line and secondary to get a rest as they've had to deal with Keanaina for almost this whole drive. Now, can they get a stop here? 2 minutes to go. This is Hunter Gossett's range. Keanaina will run for around 2 yards and a timeout by the Lancers, or by the Padres.
Yeah, they just need one more stop, and they'll need to burn their last timeout in order to get the ball back. But even if the Lancers do make, even if the Padres force a stop on the Lancers and they kick a field goal, it's still a 2-score game, and it's going to be really tight to try and get 2 scores in under 2 minutes.
I think Serra is expecting the ball to go to Keanaina again. Do you think the Lancers will run any sort of pass play or any other sort of variety play, or do you think they're just going to stick it with him?
Yeah, not at all. Coach Calcagno is probably just talking about making sure a turnover is not in the equation here. They can't have that and give the ball back to the Padres. They've got to really focus on getting that first down, making sure all the blocking is right, all the gaps are there.
Here we go. Big third down here. Can the Lancers convert on this play and possibly put this game to bed? This is the biggest third down of the Lancers season so far. They give it to Keanaina. Running. Does get... Ooh, it's going to be close. I think they're going to rule him short of the first down. 4th and about 1. Now, if you're the Lancers, do you consider going for it?
Yeah, that's definitely in the equation, but it also looks like it is within Hunter Gossett's range. He kicked about a 37-yarder last week, so they could definitely give him a shot, or they could give Keanaina the ball to work for these 3 yards and just ice the game.
Looks like they're going to measure it, as he was just a yard short from what the ruling was originally.
Yeah, 1 yard definitely seems reachable for Kingston Keanaina, assuming they don't get this conversion. Let's see what the refs rule here.
They are going to say it is a 4th and 1.
You know, something we saw in that last play was a 9-man box from Serra, just 9 defenders ready to stop that run, and it kind of worked. Gave Keanaina about 4 yards there, but assuming it's another run, they got to do that again and give him no gain here.
Yeah, it's almost no doubt that they were going to run it again. So Serra putting a lot more players than usual in that, obviously with that 9-man box. 4th and 1. If the Lancers can get this 4th down conversion, they will win the game. Here we go.
2 tight ends in there.
Aaron Knapp will give it to Keanaina, who's fighting for his first down. Do they get it? Does he get it?
Oh, this is going to be close. Let's see what they call it.
He was fighting for his life to get that extra yard.
He's short. They call him short, and the Padres will get the ball back with 1:41 left to go.
Wow, what a defensive play by the Padres to get that stop on 4th down. This changes the game drastically.
That was just a great play by the linebackers there. One of them just like blew through the gap and just was able to get their hands on Keanaina and just keep his momentum going backwards, making sure he can't break out of that tackle. And that's a great stop there.
Now Serra have just done what not many teams have done so far this season. Stop Keanaina from getting a yard. Now here's Andrew Hennigan. What can he do for the Padres? Looking to pass. Throws it to no one. And the route incomplete. Looks like the Lancers sideline are complaining for
Intentional grounding, I believe.
intentional grounding, but
It looked like there was someone in the area to receive that ball.
the refs are discussing it right now. They will throw the flag, and it will be intentional grounding, which means that the Padres will be moved back, and it will be a loss of down.
Yeah, on these game-winning drive attempts, you cannot have these penalties like intentional grounding. You lose yardage and you lose it down. You just cannot have that. And, this is where Hennigan's arm strength is really going to be tested. He hasn't really been one to throw deep or even past 10 yards. But let's see what he's going to be able to do here.
He's only really had one deep completion. That was to Charlie Wiley, which was a around 70-yard touchdown.
Yeah, Charlie Wiley on Quentin Robinson is going to be, that's what the Serra offense is going to be looking for. Quentin Robinson has been able to hold his own so far.
Hennigan drops back to pass, looking for the deep one, almost intercepted, good catch there. Just over. And
He stayed inbounds, the clock is still running there, no timeouts. They'll maybe try and spike the ball.
Clay Hinsdale with the catch, that's his 4th target of the game.
Why is the clock running? Hey, the clock is running.
Clock runs because he stayed in bounds. 3rd and 2 here. Andrew Hennigan drops back the pass. Looking over the middle, incomplete.
It looked like Chase Cahoon got a hand on that ball, maybe tipped it.
Pass was intended for Chris Yoon there. The senior, 175 pounds, 5'8".
4th and 2 here. They got to really get it here. Just can't mess up here.
Biggest 4th down for the Serras this season.
Yeah, on that first throw, Hennigan was able to really layer it underneath over the linebacker and underneath the safety. He's going to really have to do that a lot this drive, assuming they convert.
The Rage Cage is getting rowdy as the Hennigan drops back to pass. Looking deep. Caught! And tackled out of bounds.
That was Kaimani Keana Aina in coverage there. He looked like he tipped it, or at least almost got there, but that's just another great pass, just able to play it over the linebacker and over the defender table and get it into his receiver's hands.
Even after the tip, he still caught it. And now the Padres move the chains. Clock is stopped, 55 seconds left. Hennigan, another pass, drops back. Throwing down the middle. Caught there, staying on his feet, still going.
You cannot give up the sideline here if you are the Lancers. You just have to cover the sideline at all costs and keep that clock running.
Caught there by Clay Hinsdale. He's been a common target for Hennigan.
It's 46 seconds here to get 33 yards for the Padres. You got to kind of think of it as like 1 yard per second, and they're ahead of schedule right now.
The Padres here at the Lancers 33-yard line. 46 seconds to go. Hennigan rolling out, throwing out of bounds to no one. 2nd and 10 there. 39 seconds. Hennigan didn't really see much on that play.
Yeah, he was looking for number 1, Charlie Wiley there. And Wiley was going deep, but that ball just went out of bounds.
Just under 40 seconds to go. 6-point game here.
Yeah, so far this drive, Hennigan's really been able to show his anticipation and his layering abilities on throws. He's going to have to continue that for the next few plays.
Hennigan throwing through the middle. Missed him. Missed his man. It was again intended for Clay Hinsdale.
Lancers brought the blitz there. They brought 2 of their linebackers there, and that just left the middle of the field open. And, you got to make those throws. You got a man in space, able to run it in, and he just sailed it a little to the right.
Clay Hinsdale, if he got that catch, might have been gone, even for a touchdown there.
Yeah, he had the space to run all the way in with no one within 5 yards of him.
And now with that incompletion brings up 3rd and 10 with 33 seconds to go. Hennigan again dropping back. Heavy pressure, throwing it. And it goes out of bounds. No one. He saw no one, he just threw it away.
4th and 10 here. 27 seconds left from the 33. You gotta at least get that conversion to make it a little easier on the offense. And 10 yards is a lot to ask for you.
The Rage Cade starts their defense chant as it's 4th and 10 here. Massive 4th down for the Padres. If they don't get this, they will go to 2-4 on the season. Can Hennigan work some magic here? 27 seconds to go. Hennigan scrambling. He's going to throw it. It is incomplete. And the Lancers will take over the ball through a turnover on downs. And this game is over.
Great play by Quentin Robinson there. He read the quarterback's eyes perfectly, and he got his hands up on that ball to force that incompletion and that turnover on downs. Serra's night is done here.
Great defense. Great coverage there by the Lancers on that 4th down play.
Yeah, great pressure by Sean McCoy off the edge, and he just kept chasing him all the way to his right. And Hennigan just couldn't make that pass.
Sean McCoy has been so important for this Lancers defense. He's had 7 hurries, 7 pressures on the quarterback going into this game. And that one adding to that tally, forcing Hennigan to scramble away.
Yeah, and you know, for Serra, there's a bunch of what-ifs here. You know, what if Nana Latu did not slip on that 4th down run attempt? What if Andrew Hennigan was able to complete that pass over the middle when the Lancers brought the blitz? You just can't leave a game with those what-ifs in mind.
And Aaron Knapp will kneel it for St. Francis's win over Serra.
And the Lancers stay undefeated in WCal as the clock runs down to 0. 3-0 in WCal. Only 1 loss on the season. They've had a great start to the year so far.
Serra will go to 2-4 on the season and 1-2 in WCal as they'll play Archbishop Mitty next Saturday at 1:30 p.m. at the Brady Stadium. The St. Francis Lancers will play SI next week away at 4:30 at SI, which will be an incredible test for the Lancers, as SI were also another team to beat these Padres as well.
Yeah, overall a great game. Lancers offense dominated. Lancers defense was able to come in with plays late in the game like the stops, exactly what they needed, and they were able to pull away with the win.
After a super entertaining second half and first half, key performances from Keona Ina, Perryon Williams, Aaron Knapp, and on the defensive end, key performances from Jackson Cahoon, Quentin Robinson, and many other players. The St. Francis Lancers get their 5th win of the season.
Yeah, I think one unsung hero here was James Jordan, the tight end. He was able to make some really key blocks coming in motion just in that formation, and he also made one great 3rd down conversion late in the 4th quarter, especially when the Lancers needed it on a 3rd and 11.
We would like to thank you for watching Lancer Live Entertainment Network. I've been your host, Rowan Gohel, alongside Aniket Reddy. And we will see you for